Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Yipeng Li, Vice President of iQIYI. I could talk about iQIYI almost alone myself, but probably I don't have the type of insider stories that you could share with us. So could you please tell us in a few words what iQIYI is today and how did it get started?
Okay. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Frank, for having us here to share with all the people about our company and our industry. iQIYI was founded by Baidu, which is #1 search engine in China, and U.S. Equity Fund Providence, which is also the shareholder for Hulu, which was the
right.
Hulu, in 2010. And so we are an online video company. So at the start, we pretty much run the same model as Hulu, so which is we mainly focus on long-form, professionally produced content. But as you know, as we all know, the online video environment in China is a little bit different with the online video environment in the US. So which means we can't just focus on long-form contents anymore. So along the years, we are now putting more and more focus on like all kinds of contents, such as in-house production contents and short-form contents and user-generated contents as well.
So, I'm not sure that everybody is familiar with the business model of Hulu. So it's video premium, right?
Yes. Yeah. Our major revenue type is just pre-roll advertisements in front of all the video contents, which means we show video contents for free to all the users. We have advertisements in front of them.
So, what are the main differences now? Because iQIYI has been labeled rightfully, actually, from what you said, the Hulu of China. But what are the differences with Hulu, for instance?
Well, at the beginning we were Hulu of China, but now we don't say we are Hulu of China or anything like that because as I mentioned before, because Hulu, the reason Hulu can be very successful at the beginning in the US is because two of their shareholders are actually very big content producers in the US, which means when Hulu get those contents, we can get them for free. But in China, it's totally different. We are dealing with hundreds of different content producers every day. So we don't have a very strong bargaining power, when we buy the contents, which means content is very expensive in China. As a result, for us to achieve profitability, we need to have different types of contents. So now we are putting more focus on like in-house production contents, to build up our brand, to lower our cost. And we also have a short-form content, both professionally produced and user-generated.
So today your main competitor is Youku?
Yes, it's Youku. Actually, it's Youku 2.0 now after the merger.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. The major difference between YouTube and us is, YouTube have more UGC contents, right? Because, before YouTube and 2.0 merge, we are #1, #2 players in China, especially in terms of UGC contents. So after their merger, we are an overwhelming player in terms of PC UGC content. So right now, as probably many of you already know, 2 weeks ago, we acquired another big online video player in China, PPS, for $370 million US. So it's a very large transaction.
And they have been around for quite a long time already, right?
Yes, yeah. And after the merger, I think we will put more focus on mobile UGCs because the traffic on the mobile side is increasing very, very fast in China. Yeah.
So what's the revenue model today of iQIYI?
Well, still, I mean, right now, our major revenue model is still payroll and enhancements. And we do have some other types of revenue, such as subscription revenue, which is like similar to Netflix in the US. And we also have some other like wireless value-added service. And we have content resale revenue. And after we acquire PPS, we think we will, get more revenue from other types of revenue types. But I believe at least, in this year, those revenue will be very insignificant compared to advertising. Yeah.
What kind of additional assets this acquisition is bringing you?
PPS is a P2P player. We are a web player, so for PPS, we are pretty much like number one player in China in terms of mobile traffic. So I think one of the biggest assets they can bring to us is from the mobile side. So after the merger, after the acquisition, we combine with PPS. Is the number one mobile player in China in the online video industry. And another thing is, since they are a P2P player and we are a web player, so which means in terms of user type, there's not much overlap. So after the merger, we can have a much larger user base, which is a big appeal to both content producers and advertisers. Yeah.
So it's a fantastic access point into the mobile market, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
You said, and I think it's very important to stress that the big difference, if I understood well, with the US is that premium content is actually very expensive in China. So does that force you to produce your own content, your own premium content?
Yes. As of now, although we believe in the long term, the premium contents, the price for premium contents will go down. But right now it's still very high. So we, like other big players in the industry, we for this year we put more focus on in-house productions. But in-house productions, as of now, is still at a very early stage. So by producing in-house productions right now, we mainly to differentiate our contents with other players and to build out our brand. But in terms of total dollar spent and revenue generated, I think this year will still be very, very small. Yeah.
So what kind of content, original content, actually are you producing today?
As of now, the major in-house production content is for entertainment shows, because first of all, the cost for entertainment shows is lower than like major drama or opera kind of things, and secondly, for the production level, for the quality of production. It's easier to achieve a greater quality by producing entertainment shows compared to like drama and comedy, those kind of things. Yeah.
What kind of entertainment show?
Well, right now we have like dating, I think we got a dating show a year ago, which has very good rating.
Oh, I saw that. It's very entertaining. Actually.
Yeah,
it's very entertaining.
Yeah, dealing with all the guys, they come with cars, so you see their car first, and then you can see what they will look like. Another dating we have like a major entertainment news. Yeah, it's very short, but we cover pretty much all entertainment news in China and all over the world. Yeah.
What about net drama? Short TV series. Are you also producing this type of content?
Yeah, we do have some short TV series, but most of them are, specifically tailored for advertisers. Yeah.
So you said that iQIYI is still relying a lot on advertisement as its main source of revenues. In the near future or in the midterm future, what are the new products or the new type of contents that you basically be able to promote and to leverage upon?
Well, I think under the current environment, for the online media industry in China, I think in short term, 2 to 3 years, or maybe even in 5 years, the media revenue will be still from advertisements, and to achieve a more bargaining power, to both content producers and advertisers, we need to. We will produce more and more in-house productions, to differentiate, to verify our different types of contents. And I think another factor is right now the whole industry is still very fragmented. There are too many players in the industry, so which prevented us from increasing our price or lower our content cost. So actually I think that's another reason why we acquired PBS. By acquiring PBS as a media company, we are having a much larger scale, which is very important in the media. When you have a few big players, and which is a more healthy structure for the whole industry.
As you said when you started this interview, iQIYI now is controlled by Baidu, belongs basically to Baidu.
Yes.
How is iQIYI blending with Baidu main business, which is still a search engine?
Yes. Well, right now iQIYI was about 100% owned by Baidu, and Baidu is. I would say iQIYI is very, very important to Baidu's overall strategy. The online video right now, in terms of time spent, is the #1 search application in China. So, which is very, very important to Baidu. Actually, by acquiring PBS, Baidu spent $370 million, which in dollar amount is the single largest transaction in Baidu history. So, which tells us how important Baidu sees iQIYI and sees online video industry as their one of the most important strategies.
It's very interesting actually to see that Baidu is one of the very few major internet Chinese companies who's using as its growth strategy acquisition, because it's not very commonplace yet in China, right?
I think that's a trend for not just for Baidu, that's for all the companies, especially in the internet industry. Like this year, we all see there are many actually big transactions happened in the China internet industry. In any other year, I think our transaction will be the largest in the year, but this year is not really that significant because there are many other transactions as well, like Ali investing in Sinan Weibo, and Ali invested in other companies, with big dollar amount as well. So the whole internet industry in China has become less and less fragmented. So I think as one of the major players in China, Baidu, they also need to invest very aggressively.
You're right that there's a big change in the mentality, but it is quite new actually. I think that I was referring somehow to the acquisition in particular of another Chinese city, rising star, CHINICT, acquired by Baidu a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, right? And also for a significant amount of money.
Yes. Baidu acquired, I think 60% of CHINICT shares for a little bit over $300 million. Yeah. Yeah. So as I mentioned before, right now all the big players, especially the top three players, Tencent, Baidu, and Alibaba, they invest more and more aggressively to acquire many other rather big companies. But of course, compared to them, they are very small companies. So I think that's happening across all industries. Yeah.
So with the acquisition of CHINICT by Baidu, many people have been talking. I think even Baidu, if maybe I'm mistaken on that point, about potential IPO at some point of CHINICT. Is it the same plan, which is considered for iQIYI?
Yes, even now we are 100% owned by Baidu, but we still operate very, very independently. We do need to report to Baidu on our daily operations. So yes, we do have a plan. Same as the beginning. If the market is good, we think our company is ready. Yeah, we will look for IPO or say IPO opportunities. But just right now, we don't have very specific timetable for this.
Did Baidu make recently any acquisition in a lower range of revenues? Or, my question, I guess, is if I'm an entrepreneur here in China, do I need to reach $300 million to start being visible as a potential candidate for acquisition by Baidu?
No, I don't think so. Apparently, I can't say on behalf of Baidu, but I do know the other than the big acquisitions like PBS, they do have many much smaller acquisitions. They don't disclose to the public. Yeah, but I think for Baidu and for all other giant internet companies, they will be looking for all kinds of opportunities, regardless of the dollar amount, as long as those opportunities are very good opportunities.
Okay, so I think it's a great message for all of you guys, entrepreneurs in this room and following us also online. Okay, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you.